Hello everyone, we are here for the third episode or the third broadcasted match, and here we are with the Qualifier League 2, and we are gonna watch BBL3 take on Ragnarokus for their respective entrances to the tournament itself. We are here for the Buddyhood Brawl League Season 3, we have Rivals in the Ruins, Crush the Will is for BBL3, and Ragnarokus has for some Rush. Gonna see if that takes any effect. We did see that the leader of Ragnarokus actually has Weeping Blades. Gonna see if that's gonna be very useful here. BBL3 plays as the Undead, as you can see, and well, it's gonna be useful against everyone here except the Vampire, since he started with 3 ghouls and a Dreg. I was hinting that the Weeping Blades produce a poison check for additional damage, and many of the undead units are immune to that. But not the ghouls and not the Dreg, only the Vampire. This is a nice setup for both of them. See if BBL3 goes to the overhead map and see exactly where Ragnarokus starts. But if he starts in the left part of the map, that will be good for the game itself. One of the main disadvantages of Noble's Quarters map 2 is the separation of the map in half by this huge barrier. So you have one big upper level and one big lower level, and if you start, one warband starts on top and the other at the bottom, it's always an advantage to the top side. It's gonna be exciting to see what BBL3 can do here. Opting for an axe and a shield. It's kind of unusual to see this. Maybe he's been lucky with you don't want to go into ambush right away. Maybe he's been lucky with the loot and has picked up a blue axe. But otherwise you really should go for two-handed weapons, or at least dual wielding. And that ghoul is not going to do that. He only has a dagger. It's going to mean that his impact on this battle is not going to be too high. And you need every unit to perform this early on. It's nice that they start so far away from each other, but still at the bottom level here. That makes capturing the idol irrelevant for both players. Still BBL3's turn here, but he is not moving. I think it might be wise to... You don't have to enter into the center, but you can lure around, as Ragnarokus will have a slight incentive here to catch a few of the word stones if he wants an extra point. And there were quite a few word stones in the center here, 4 of them I think. BBL3 might have a slight advantage. We saw that Ragnarokus had a little bit of a higher rating, but we have heard that Ragnarokus did not fare so well in his first PvE prior to this game. And BBL3 might have fared much better. So maybe he has an injury on one of his units, or he has units that have started out fresh because they got an injury that was too hurtful to the overall performance of the warband. That means he doesn't have too much of the progression on them, and even if you don't get to level 1 at the start, at least a little bit of a progression gives you a few more ability points to spend. Might want to skip ahead on the following turns of Ragnarokus if it's not gonna be any action. Gonna have to see next turn. He seems to be wanting to move towards the center here, and Overwatch tends to be really important in the very early stages of the game here, since you limit movement by your opponent and there is not much movement to go about. Of course, Skaven, you have to be very careful, and you also have to be careful about going into ambushes, since you will be charged if you do. We saw the only thing that has really good movement in this warband by BBL3 is the Vampire, but he seems to have negated that effect by picking up a white heavy armor, so he only has 5 movement now. Yeah, he's in no immediate danger. Even Skaven can't reach you now on this turn. I like this move though. I mean, it makes his warband keep together initiative wise, and the 30% armor is gonna be difficult to get through, meaning that effectively King Sid here, the vampire leader, is gonna have 30% more wounds, more or less.
A new round has started.
Don't really like Harry, but acting as a scout for the team. Should at least enter into a dodge stance here. I think this is what BBL3 should do as he approaches this this game, saving up all of his red pills. Let's skip ahead a little bit. It's gonna be interesting to see what Ragnarokus has picked up for his starting warband here, and how this game is going to progress. It's always we talked a little bit about this in some of the other games, but there are some important choices to make here early on, because the units that you start out with are going to be the units that are going to be the most leveled units in the end, reaching level 9-ish before the playoffs for many of the players here. And Undead of course has the conundrum that they cannot pick a Necromancer until very late, and so the zombies are going to be dead slow if you do pick them up, hence why it seems that BBL3 had focused on the ghouls. We see one of the Verminkin here, Pox. So he has picked up a Verminkin. We also see 2 Wordstones have been picked in the intermezzo here that we skipped past. So Ragnarokus is definitely looking towards that objective. I don't think a single player has actually taken the objective so far, and not a single player has avoided getting at least one of their units killed in their first opening game. We've had 4 games prior to this, and 2 of the games have ended 3-1, 2 of the games have ended 2-1, and we're gonna see if this is gonna be an exception or not. He's definitely going to aim for the Wordstones at the very top here. He's picked up the 2 Wordstones that was very much near his wagon, Ragnarokus, but yeah, you could at least advance forward. If you just sit here, you... That's a very poor ambush. That's a very poor ambush. I'm saying it's a very poor ambush because you're standing right by the door, which means that your character aura, as you can see here outlined in white, is stretching out, and if you just walk into it, the ambush won't trigger. Instead, you just lost 2 red pills. What can Harry do here except show himself? We see a Night Runner, we see a Warp Guard, we see a Verminkin. We're probably going to see another Warp Guard. And of course the last character is the Assassin Adept. It's interesting. Some of the Skaven players might have started out with 4 henchmen instead, skipping out on the Night Runner, seeing him as a sort of weak choice to begin with. You could have started out with 4 henchmen, and then as soon as after you played your second PvP, you could have picked up 2 Black Skaven, a very good hero choice for Skaven. It's going to be interesting to see what every Skaven player are going to do with their units, and for all of the undead players, what are they going to do with their hero choices? The next one is definitely going to be a Vampire Thrall for all of them. But what are they going to do with the 3rd hero choice, and more importantly the 4th hero choice? Seeing as almost every player is going to go with Lads Got Talent, and undead are definitely the most disadvantaged in this situation and in this format, since they can only get Lads Got Talent on the ghouls, and they do not make great Lads Got Talent heroes. But you might be forced to do that anyway, to just keep up with all of the red pills available. So you might see one of these ghouls becoming a Lads Got Talent eventually for Bobby Boyd Freed. Have to start planning a little bit early though. Getting a bit of intelligence up. You need 9 intelligence to get it mastered. Only 3 to get it basic. And that is going to be in direct competition with picking the leadership stat. You can take a look at the top left corner and you see that the leadership here, the morale here for Bobby Boyd Freed is 36, for Ragnarokus 40. You lose 9 morale for each henchman, 12 morale for the hero, and oh, wow, he's really advancing here with a ranged shuriken. Night Runner, that's going to be detrimental to Ragnarokus, I feel. Can he retreat far enough? I don't think he can. He's going to be engaged. If he hovers around a little bit here with the cursor, you can probably see where he is. Yeah, we're gonna see. That could be a big blow. Big mistake. Oh, that's even a bigger mistake. Just walking straight into the ambush here. Getting a disease carrier debuff. And it seems like he was ranged as well. Using a disengage. Now he's not gonna be able to shoot, and he's standing there in the open. At least his warp gun comes in and tries to help out. He has a halberd, so that's a good choice. Is it? Where's the spear? Oh, it actually looks like a spear. Spear and shield. Can I get 2 on 1? Yes, he can, and that is a spear. So spears are the worst choice you can actually pick here, and Ragnarokus went with that. I'm surprised. Should go in through the gate behind him, Tom. And then... Okay, yeah, he can actually go in here, alright. That's a good choice to do. Just make sure that you leave enough space for someone else to come in. You see the damage here is going to be a big part. Bobby Boy Freed is doing around 40 damage a hit, while Ragnarokus is doing 20-25. So that's going to be important. No need for the delay, I think. Just go into a stance here. He's still thinking it through. I'm not sure that the vampire can actually fit in here. Hopefully he can, but he might need to go around. And if he goes around on the other side through the gate, that will be a good choice, because then he can probably catch the Night Runner. I'm gonna want to use 2 aims here. Okay, that's a good shot. Wow, if he's lucky now, he could actually kill off Pox here. Gonna get a hit chance bonus. 18 to 30, let's see. And he actually lands it. Wow. Good first kill here by Bobby Boyd Freed, taking a cool lead over Ragnarokus. Ragnarokus, who is playing as his favorite warband and was thought that he would be doing pretty well here, but he's cast some doubt on... Okay, he can get in, right? No, he cannot. We need to go around. But there's been some doubts cast on that since he lost his first PvE. But we'll see, everything is recoverable and you can have really bad luck in this game. You can go all the way around. Pick up your first blue pill and go all the way around. Okay, it's still okay. Yeah, if the ghoul can't go in, you can't go in. But see if he can catch the Night Runner here. Oh yeah, he can. Yes, move back a little bit. No, not there. Further to the right, and you can probably charge him, and this is exactly what you want. Just walk along the outline of the... There we go, and fail the terror test. Wow, that's really not good. He's gonna have a 29% chance to pass that, and if he fails, it's gonna be 3 blue pills and 3 red pills down. And if he disengages here, it's gonna be 0 red pills, so he can't attack next turn.
A new round has started.
Fails the terror test, indeed. It's looking really grim for Ragnarokus. Let's see what he can do to turn this around, but those spears are gonna hurt him. Sometimes you're unlucky with the market rotation, that's true, but can he finish off this ghoul? Succeed at the poison resistance check. Fail the poison resistance check, so he's gonna take a little bit more damage from Weeping Poison, as you just saw. And this is the fight to win. This is the fight to win. I should probably hit on the already injured Warp Guard, right? That's too bad. He needed another hit here to definitely finish him off. Now he's gonna live for another turn. And he switches to a halberd. I'm not sure I like that move. Like, why not start with the halberd? You would have done more damage, and the worst thing is that you're doing it in the wrong order, because now you're losing out your high initiative and you're dropping 15 in initiative, so you're gonna take attacks 2 turns in a row. There's a good solid kill there by Ragnarokus from the Weeping Poison, but still he's gonna get 2 attacks in a row here. I think this is a big mistake by Ragnarokus. Should have started the other way around. Manages to hit. Look at the critical hit chance here, 9%. Would be better off going with an aim here. Does not want to do that. Well, it's a tense game, but you're gonna have to lose more characters here to produce a route test. It seems that both of these players have lost 1 unit each. They are following the trend of every other player so far. Wow, that's really big, going past the dodge here and inflicting that amount of damage. You might see the end of the Night Runner. Gonna see, we have 2 attacks coming in, around 30 damage each. Stunned, yeah, he's definitely going to die now. Should probably move up a bit to force a terror check on someone else, for instance the assassin leader here. Okay, he gets the warp card here instead with 29% terror check, or he can't do anything. So 2-1 to Bobby Boyd Freed, and he can check that 1916 here morale in the top left corner, so just one more kill and Ragnarokus will be forced to take a route test. Ragnarokus is really gunning here for the wagon. He's gonna pick up the idol, and that's a good idea. Look at it! Gonna have to take a route test now. If he fails this, then Ragnarokus has won the game. It's a very swift and cunning way of eking out a victory by Ragnarokus, if that's going to be the case, and it's going to be the case! Really nice move here by Ragnarokus, finishing off, and congratulations to Ragnarokus, what a twist! Hope you enjoyed this game, it's been the most fun so far I think, and see you for the next game. Thank you for watching.